Welcome back to the Kirby Sports Center. Lafayette wins today by a score of 97-84. John Leone is on court right now with Fran O'Hanlon.
Thank you, John. Here with Coach Fran O'Hanlon. And Fran, you and I were talking about it just a moment ago. For a lot of reasons, this was a good win. Wagner simulates a lot of the things you may see from some quick athletic teams down the road.
Well, that's a lot of what we do in the non-league schedule. We try to gear to the fact that we're going to have to face that in the league. And someone like Army or Holy Cross plays that style where they're going to press you the whole game. And I thought we did a much better job in the second half of just adjusting to the pressure and taking care of the basketball.
One thing they did was try to make it a helter-skelter kind of game. They had some quickness, they had some good size on the inside, and after some sloppy play in the first half, 11 turnovers I know you weren't happy with, but boy, you really cleaned things up. And Fran, 20 assists, the ball moved impeccably. I thought your offense was really clicking.
Well, sometimes the balance too, when you're up, in a game and you get open shots in the second half, sometimes you think, well, should we take this? Because we know we're going to get some open shots when it's helter-skelter like that. And that's the decision-making, because if you miss a lot of shots, then they get back in the game. And we have some pretty good shooters, you give them open shots. Most of the time they're going to drop them.
One more question, Coach. Talk about the development of Dan Trist. You talked about it a couple of years ago as this group was developing, how important an inside presence could be. Everybody likes to talk about your ability to shoot the three, but that's connected directly to that post presence.
There's no doubt. Dan has really developed over his 4 years here, and fortunately this year we get to keep him on the court, which is huge. He's done a better job defensively. And he is our inside presence. He's going to free up some of our outside shooters, because they have to help inside.
Now, your next game is against NJIT, is that correct?
No, Sacred Heart.
I'm sorry, Sacred Heart. But I don't know if you heard this news yet or not, and I don't want you to look past Sacred Heart. But NJIT beat Michigan today.
Well, I know NJIT is very good, very good. So that's quite a win for them,
Well, I got on Bruce McCutcheon. I said, well, why don't we schedule Michigan? What do you keep scheduling these tough games like NJIT for?
Well, you don't have to scare me. And before NGIT, we have Kansas and Susquehanna and Sacred Heart. So, hey, that's what you play these non-league. You hopefully get you ready for league.
Keep playing against the game, Coach. You guys will be fine.
Thank you.
We're going to turn now to our player of the game, Joey Tazinski. This is becoming a familiar kind of post-game ceremony. But Joey, Coach and I talked about the way you guys moved the ball today and how efficient your offense was. Talk about maybe Nick Lidner and Danny Trist and how they allow you guys to get so many open shots.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this team's tough. They're super quick, super athletic, so we had to be strong with the ball. And having Nick at the point guard is a huge asset for us. He's super quick, holds the ball really well, and makes plays for all of us, including himself. And Dan, they have to double, sometimes triple. Sometimes they have 5 guys on him. So, he opens up the court for all of us, so that's great. But everybody on our team opens the court for everybody. Like Seth, they have to guard Seth 2 or 3 guys. They have to guard Bryce with 2 or 3 guys. Right. It's kind of a pick your poison type of offense. You can't stop everybody.
When the ball moves the way it did today, you're almost impossible to defend. John and I were talking during the game about the way you seem to exploit Wagner's inability or inexperience. They just didn't seem to be getting back in transition defense. Not that you guys don't push the ball up the court, because I know that's a part of your offense, but you seem to be extra conscious of it today. Was that part of the game plan? Did you see a weakness in them there?
It's not really a huge weakness for them, but we knew they were coming up, and they were going to be coming up hard on us. So we figured if maybe we could just get it out before they even got their chance to get set. And it took a little while to adjust to that. We had some turnovers at the beginning, but mainly in the second half, we did very well with their press and got a lot of open shots off of it.
Yeah, it looked great, Joey. It was really moving well. You get that look in your eye, and it's like you can't wait to get the ball back, and you seem to follow it. You don't chase the game; you let it come to you. But man, when you get it going, do you just get the sense the basket seems to get bigger and bigger?
Yeah, it's a great feeling making your first one. I mean, the basket really does kind of look bigger, I'll be honest. It's a great feeling, and my team finds me, I find everyone else. It's such a great team to play with. Everybody's looking for each other. Nobody's selfish. And, yeah, it's awesome.
Well, you got 3 seniors who've been together for a long time, and I know that a lot of people were looking forward to this season, and for good reason. Joey, you and Danny and Seth have been through a lot together, and you're getting great support from some of the others. Good luck as you go up to Sacred Heart.
Thank you very much.
You got it. John, back to you.
Thank you so much. And again, Lafayette winning here today by a final score of 97-84 as we wrap things up here courtside on the on-campus insiders. Again, 97-84, John Schaefer and John Leone. And you look at what Lafayette did here today. They shot 64%, including 12 of 22 from beyond the arc and 18 of 23 from the free throw line. The excellent offense is a big reason why Lafayette won here today.
Well, we kind of suspected that if Lafayette did what they were supposed to do against this Wagner team, the numbers might look a lot like that. Now, you never anticipate shooting that well from the floor, but we knew that Wagner had trouble defending field goal percentage, and Lafayette exploited that, as you would expect a senior-laden team to do.
26 points, too, for Dan Tristan. You just talked to Joey Tizitsky, who had a huge day.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those teams where, you know, it's a coach's dream, because the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and each player seems to be dependent on the other, and they play so well together, and that's what makes them so difficult to defend.
So again, Lafayette wins 97-84. They shoot 64%. Wagner shot just 41% here today. Did have 4 players in double figures, led by Corey Henson and JoJo Cooper. The Leopards do return to action on Monday night against Sacred Heart here at the Kirby Sports Center as they look for their 6th win on the season.
Yeah, you know, and they're playing well at a good time of the year. They'll get a little bit of a break for exam time, but again, I think that anything that a long basketball season throws at you, when you've got senior leadership, you can overcome that stuff. So as daunting as the schedule is going forward, I think this is a season that Leopard fans can look forward to with a lot of optimism.
And win number 5 is in the books. We'll have coverage for you on Monday night here again on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. For John Leone, John Schaefer saying so long for the Kirby Sports Center. Again, one final time. Lafayette wins it by 13, 97-84. You've been watching the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders.